undefeated in A10 play and ranked number 3 in the nation. George Washington enters UD Arena looking for an upset and some confidence, entering conference tournament play next week. Dayton, George Washington, Atlantic 10 basketball, right now on Spectrum News 1. No surprise, University of Dayton Arena filling up a capacity crowd. They are here to see the Flyers win a 29th game, which would be a school record. George Washington has other ideas. Good evening, everybody. Alongside Tony White, I am Dwight Burgess. It's our pleasure to have you with us for this big game. On paper, Tony, it may not seem that way, but it's not only the end of the regular season, it's the start of the real season, conference tournament time.
It is, and this is an amazing situation for the Dayton Flyers. A time to look back on a season they've had so far this year. We talked at the beginning of the year about whether this starting five could propel this team to the top 25. We talked about whether Obi Toppin could be the MVP of the Atlantic 10. Answer yes to both of those. This team so far, regular season A+, but now it's time to get ready for the postseason.
Not only player of the year in the A10, Obi Toppin may be player of the year in the country. What else can we say about this guy?
Well, that's a great question. I don't think there's anything left to be talking about Obi Toppin. He is simply the finest player in the Atlantic 10, clearly, and it's not even close. One of the 5 or so best players in the nation, a serious contender for National Player of the Year. He dominates games from above the rim, from the perimeter, on the glass, in fast breaks, on defense, and with his intensity. He is one of the finest Dayton Flyers ever to wear the uniform, and tonight is likely his last game in UD Arena. I'm excited to watch him play the game and dominate like he does.
Well, the Dayton Flyers are undefeated at this point in A10 play. George Washington comes in, and on paper, you look at their record, and you're like, I'm not sure. But this could mean a lot to them to come in and put on a good show.
Well, they have to come in and put a good show. This is the penultimate game in the conference play against the best team in the conference. And for a team that's challenged offensively to score points, Armel Potter is the most important catalyst that GW cannot do without. Not only does he score points, a top 10 scorer in the Atlantic 10, he's a gifted passer. Number 2 in the A10 in assists, averaging nearly 6 assists per game. To be his teammate, you better be ready to catch the ball because he might hit you in the head with it. The kid is a gifted passer. For the Colonials to have a chance tonight, Armel Potter must play well.
Well, the preparatory steps are history. It's time to get this thing underway. We'll look at the respective starting lineups and get the opening tip-off when we come back on Spectrum News 1. On Spectrum, we you on Spectrum 1. Dayton back.
"100 years ago, our grandmothers did not have an equal right to vote. We do. Find their stories, make them count at Ancestry."
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as it grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
Hey you, how about a reservation?
Ross Buick GMC. You're the boss with Ross. Welcome back inside the University of Dayton Arena. On top of everything else, it's senior night. And the stands are filled. National anthem. Everybody sang in unison. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Bob Ross Buick GMC. You're the boss with Ross. This is a team that relies upon a couple of guys to do the bulk of the scoring, but they average about 66 points a game, which is 14 fewer than the Dayton Flyers. They're going to have to find a way to put the ball in the bucket tonight, G-Dub, to have a chance to win this game.
They are, and 3 freshmen in that starting lineup. I don't care who you're playing. That's tough. But 3 freshmen against a top 5 team like Dayton, boy, that is a big mountain to climb.
Jamie and Christian is the head coach. He's had some success. This is a tough conference. And despite some of the challenges he's faced, still right at 500, and a guy that I know they believe can take this team to the next level.
And really in the middle of a style change. I mean, he comes in, he's a Shaka Smart disciple from VCU, wants to get it up and down the court, shoot that ball to 3. Doesn't really have the personnel yet that he needs to get that done. But he's a good coach. He's proven he can turn some things around with these programs he's had in the past.
And for the Dayton Flyers, talked about Obi Toppin at the top. I feel like I need to mention Ryan Mikesell. You and I had the pleasure of making the call when he debuted as a freshman and just started draining three-point shots from all over the place. And on this senior night, in fact, he's a graduate student now. It's going to be one of, everybody knows you don't replace Obi Toppin, but there are a lot of other pieces, Tony, is what I'm getting at, that he's an important one that they're not going to have next year.
Very much so. I mean, Ryan Mikesell does a lot of things for this team. You know, we saw him, as you said, we saw him what seems like yesterday, 5 years ago, his debut as a Dayton Flyer, and he had a terrific debut. And I think ever since then, he's settled into a player who can do so many different things for this Dayton team. It's going to be really tough for Anthony Grant to find somebody who can take up the slack in all the various areas that Ryan Mikesell excels.
You can't help but bring up the name of Anthony Grant when you're talking about National Coach of the Year. I'm not sure who else would even be in the conversation.
I don't know either. I mean, he's taken this team, certainly with a lot of talent, the team he assembled here at Dayton in his 3rd year, but really coached them up. I mean, this is a team that is dominating the Atlantic 10 and showing teams around the country that they can play at the highest levels. I can't imagine somebody being a better coach than Anthony Grant this year. Tonight's keys are brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Centerville, a member of the Bob Ross Auto Group. Let's start with Dayton. Senior salute. This is the last home game for seniors Trey Landers and Ryan Mikesell. That is a big deal. All of their teammates want to send these guys off with the win. Dayton needs to channel that energy positively. Don't let the moment distract you. And then also for Dayton, balanced offense. This is an Atlantic 10 NCAA tournament tune-up game. An important part of Dayton's success in the postseason will be balanced offense. The Flyers can't just rely on Obi Toppin and Jalen Crutcher. That preparation starts tonight. And then for GW, 3-point barrage. If there is one thing this GW team does well on offense, it's shoot the 3. Jamison Battle is number 1 in the A-10 in threes, and Maceo Jack is number 2. Both of those guys have to make threes for the Colonials to win. And finally for GW, superior defense. There is no way GW can out-offense the Dayton Flyers. To win this game, the Colonials have to do it on the defensive end with superior defense. That means 5 guys sold out on defense to defend for 40 minutes. If there's anything less than that, I don't think GW can make this game a challenge. I really don't. I think they're going to have to win this game on the defensive end. Opening 10 minutes of this one are going to be absolutely vital. To your point, I think Dayton's going to come out and try and end this thing as soon as possible and make the rest of the game a celebration. But George Washington, while you referenced the youth of this team, look, one,
even if they come up a little bit short in the final score, if they're competitive in this game, you can't do anything less than help them in terms of confidence heading into the tournament.
That's true, but it's hard to be confident against the Dayton Flyers. They put so much pressure on you. It's hard to really play with Dayton unless you're at the top of your game. This is not a Dayton team that allows you to really play kind of okay and still be in the basketball game. At least in the last 17 games, this Dayton team has forced every opponent to play at the highest level. If they don't, they get blown out.
This is the 37th meeting all-time between the two teams. Each has won 18, a series dominated by the home team. Opening possession. George Washington in the navy blue, trimmed in gold. The Flyers in that familiar home white and red. Shot clock down to 3. A little left-hander jumper from inside. Turnaround shot, I should say, in the lane. Rattles and drops.
Chase Parr, one of those 3 freshmen, shooting it over top of Obi Toppin. Talk about confidence builder. That's got to get him feeling like, hey, maybe I can play against this guy.
Only meeting this season between the two teams. The Flyers won a year ago, and you can see they've dropped just 4 of 16 games head-to-head here at the friendly confines. Short shot won't fall for Dayton. Second possession for George Washington, and they're up a deuce. Potter. Left side of the lane. Shot is wild, high, and grabbed on the other side in transition. Landers gets it to Mikesell, and now the Flyers go into their half-court offense.
Good job by George Washington in getting back in transition, stopping the GW fast break. Wow. I mean, did we have our play of the game already? 1 minute and 28 seconds in? I mean, that's amazing. First of all, great pass. Just throw it towards the rim, and Obi Toppin goes up and gets it with a defender hanging all over him. Just shows the unbelievable athletic skills that he brings to the table.
And what a gentle touch on the free throw. Hits the and one. Just like that, the Flyers have a lead, and they're going to put on some pressure. Broken well by George Washington into the front court. And Nelson, who missed the shot on the last possession, yields the ball to Potter.
And he yielded it because Obi Toppin was down there waiting for him. If he tried to drive the hole, you knew Toppin was going to try and block it.
Ball almost lost. Possession retained. The cross-court pass is intercepted. Mikesell down the lane. Loses track of the ball. Hit him in the thigh. And possession goes back to George Washington.
Dayton with a little pressure again, just trying to haze George Washington a bit on the way up the court. Maybe take a few extra seconds off the shot clock, make them a little bit more uncomfortable as they try and run their offense against this pernicious Dayton defense, which sometimes can win games by itself.
Penetration cut off. Head of the key, Potter now tries to the right. Pump fake on the three-point shot. Kicked out to the wing. Good pass. Shot is up. Shot is long. And Toppin clears. They've lost 4 consecutive games coming into tonight as George Washington. In 2 of those, they barely crossed the 50-point mark, 51 and 52.
You know what, though, Dwight? This team has been better with these starting 5 guys out there. This team is 6-4 with these guys in the starting lineup. That's pretty good. For a team that comes in 6-11 in conference play, 12-18 overall, half their wins have come when they've started these 5 guys. So I think for George Washington, they probably come in thinking, okay, this is our best foot forward. The question is in their minds, is it be good enough against one of the top 3 teams in the country?
A little over aggressive defensively is Nelson. And he got a piece of Ryan Mikesell. And Nelson will go to the bench. And in his stead comes Sean Walker. 6'6", 185-pound freshman. Long Island. Scratch that. From Elizabeth City. Penetration move block is called. So in a matter of just a couple of seconds, consecutive fouls.
Barr with a cross body block there on Trey Landers. Just kind of took him out. Looks like he lost his footing, and it ended up being just cutting Trey Landers' legs right out from under him. Boy, watch Obi Toppin here. I mean, if you're George Washington, you have got to be careful about Obi Toppin going to the rim.
Crutcher struggles to maintain possession, but has the ball. He'll make a move. He took a knock. George Washington bench says the arm was extended by Jalen and therefore foul on him, but the guys with the decision-making authority saw it differently.
And we've talked about the seniors, what they meant. We've always talked about Obi Toppin, but Jalen Crutcher is a huge part of Dayton's success this year. What a tremendous player he is, and what a great year he's having.
Spin move. Goes with authority on the dunk, soft touch on the free throw, then a little turnaround floater.
There is nothing you can do about that. Absolutely nothing. That is a shot that he will make on his own. As a defender, you are helpless in the face of that shot.
Jack is the top scorer over the last 5 games. See if G-Dub tries to get the ball in his hands some more, but on this occasion, Battle's quite comfortable taking the shot. Floater from the wing left side. Nope. Landers inside, thought he got pushed in the back. We haven't yet played 4 minutes, and there's already 4 fouls against George Washington. Long distance three. Comes up empty. Toppin gets the ball. Had to travel, didn't he? If he wasn't fouled. How about that adjustment? Didn't get the shot to go, but how about that adjustment in flight?
Well, I was interesting. I was still trying to play in my mind the kind of juggling the ball as you walk that Obi Toppin got away with. I guess the officials, they didn't have possession, but boy, if you could juggle like that, and that's pretty good.
And another three. Good response. Battle gets that one to go, and
that's the recipe for George Washington. Battle and Jack shooting those threes. That's how they have a chance to stay with this Dayton Flyers on the offensive end.
Baseline move. And contact into the body. That shot will not count. 14:59 to go. In the opening 20 minutes, a spirited crowd and a spirited effort from the visitors. Out of D.C., Foggy Bottom is your subway stop. +2.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as it grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
100 years ago, our grandmothers did not have an equal right to vote. We do. Find their stories, make them count at Ancestry.
What if once in a blue moon happened more than once in a blue moon? Brewed with Valencia orange peel for a taste beyond the ordinary. Reach for the moon.
Let the journey begin.
Could love
I might be falling for you.
and music
It's a real life Star is Born.
make the perfect duet? The Bachelor presents Listen to Your Heart, Monday, April 13th on ABC.
I'm a once-in-a-generation artist.
Oh.
Who just got verified on Twitter about, 9 days ago?
I'm glad you feel good that a robot told you you're worth it.
Hi, I'm Dave.
I'm offensive assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers.
I'm not just here to be the token female, I'm here to help us win. The Surface Pro helps me get what's in my head and get it out onto the field.
Let's go, let's run it again, run it again.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as in protect your family.
Back inside the University of Dayton Arena, Tony White. Senior night, framed jerseys, families, flowers. Nothing quite like, you got two great nights no matter how the season's going. Opening and the senior night, always two memorable outings.
As a senior, you never forget that experience. I mean, it's a bittersweet moment because you love being back in the arena. You love the attention from the fans you have so much respect for, but you know it's the last time you'll be on this court. It's hard to keep your emotions unchecked. It's hard to keep in mind that you got a basketball game to play and you can't get too hyped up for it. So far, I think both these seniors have done a good job of just staying focused on what their job is.
Turnover, Dayton. And I'll make that.
A little hip check by Obi Toppin on the screen. A little hockey hip check there.
More full court pressure from the Flyers. Potter gets the inbounds pass.
That was the first Dayton foul so far in this game. 5 fouls already for GW. You know Coach Christian for GW is probably talking to the officials like, really? 5-1? What are we doing here?
Welcome to Dayton. Long distance three. Back iron.
That was a tough shot. Very tough shot.
Crutcher and Landers combined for the rebound. Trey from downtown won't go. Top it. Spin move. Blast!
Boy, Jamison Battle has got to get Obi Toppin out of there. You cannot let Obi Toppin sit right next to the rim like that and rebound, because once he gets there, the ball comes off, it's his. You've got to physically move him out of the paint. If you do not, you are done.
3 of 7 from the floor thus far for the Colonials. But all but one of the misses have come on those long-range three-pointers they put up. So they're playing for the 10 seed and a bye in the opening round of the Atlantic 10 Conference Tournament, but a long way to go before they can think about that. But thus far, they've been hanging in. Top it, 1v1. Diagonal, opposite side, open look for three. Count.
Great pass by Obi Toppin. Jalen Crutcher, a deep three, wide open though, was able to square it up, take his time, because Obi Toppin defeated the entire GW defense with that skip pass from the baseline. Chapman all over Potter, all over it.
It was as if Potter decided that he was going to get the shot off eventually and just kept the ball moved till he could. Tough break there as ball rolls away from Landers. At the other end, shot is going to come up short, but Crutcher will be called for the foul, much to his chagrin.
I mean, Trey Landers goes in, just loses the basketball. Just dribbled it away, lost control of it. This time Jalen Crutcher's called for the foul. Boy, I'm not sure I saw a foul there. That seemed a little touchy. In a game, college basketball right now, where you can mug people. I mean, it is throwback time in college basketball. That one was a little ticky-tacky. Looks like the official was anticipating the contact instead of looking for it.
As you said, the George Washington bench was like, what do you mean? 5-1 on fouls.
Right.
No, they've missed 4 or 5 three-point shots and 1 of 2 free throws. If they're going to stay in this game over 40 minutes, they got to hit their free throws, and they're going to have to shoot better.
They got to shoot from the three-point line better. George Washington is not going to score inside the three-point line consistently against Dayton, especially with Obi Toppin in there. They've got to make their threes, and they haven't so far. That does not bode well.
Chapman can't get that. Inside shot to go. Parr gets the ball into the front court. Score's gone back and forth. Each team has had a couple of leads. but neither has been able to put a run together or separate just yet. Another missed shot from outside. All the way across the court. Kick out. Into the traffic. Ball's lost. Ball's caught. Ball's shot and in for Landers.
Trey Landers, one of the strongest players in the Atlantic 10. When he gets the ball down low, really hard to prevent him from getting the ball up and getting a quality look at the rim. He's just so strong with his hands and so strong going up through contact.
Six on the shot clock. Parr in front of the Flyer bench. Shot for three is perfect. Potter.
Even then, good defensive possession by Dayton. That was Potter nailed it, but it was a contested three at the end of the shot clock. Dayton played pretty good defense there, and sometimes the other team scores.
And an important three. It was a 4-point advantage. They failed to convert on that, and Dayton begins to spread some daylight out. 11:05 to go in the first half. It's a tight one at UD Arena. Dayton up by 1.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as a grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
I found a place in my heart. I found a light in the dark. I found my heaven.
The Range Rover Evoque. The only adventure sales event is happening now.
It's the time of the season when love runs high.
I'm here to announce my retirement from sports. The pressure it takes to play at 9 is not what I expected when I started at 5. I obviously can't compete at this level. Any questions?
The Dayton Flyers looking for a school record 29th win overall and to complete an undefeated season. Tony, in the Atlantic 10, it doesn't happen often, but there is a history.
There is. I mean, but you know, you look back at those teams, those are all good teams, but has there been a team as good as Dayton to run the table in the Atlantic 10? I know that George Washington team, especially in 05-06, was really talented, but I can't remember a Dayton team or an Atlantic 10 team that dominated the conference in a way that Dayton has dominated this year. From just the way they played, the players they run out there, this feels like the most dominant Atlantic 10 team that we have ever seen.
A hot start for G-Dub, but they are now 4 of 11 from the floor. Of course, the biggest part of that are the missed three-point shots. They've hit a couple, but they've missed several more. There's one, and nicely finished by Battle.
Battle missed his first few, but now he's starting to rebound a bit. I mean, this is a kid, you can tell he has confidence in that three-point line. So far, 2 of 4 now. He missed his first couple, but he's made his last 2.
Play stops on the foul. So Dayton was up 4. The shot clock was running out on George Washington. They don't convert. Dayton's got a chance to open things up a bit. Instead, the long three-pointer goes. Now another three-pointer, and suddenly Dayton's looking up at George Washington's 14.
Well, Dwight, you talked about it. The first 10 minutes of this game, so important for George Washington, asking themselves, can they hang against one of the best teams in the nation? And the answer is so far yes. And does that give George Washington confidence to buoy their game and really pull themselves up by the bootstraps and play even better for the rest of this game, knowing that, hey, look, you're 10 minutes in, you're halfway through the first half, and you're leading, one of the best teams in the country.
Another miss for the Dayton Flyers. And now it's speed. Battle. Why not? Bang. Yeah, he was confident. Bang. He was running back down the floor before that ball went through the hoop.
Bang. Now you see why he's number one in the conference in three-point shots. I mean, that kid can drill it. The lefty.
9 in a row for the visitors. Pull up. Nope. Ball is kept alive, albeit momentarily. Shamanga, and back it goes, a chance to extend their lead.
If you're Dayton, I think you got to extend your defense a bit. George Washington really has not done much inside the three-point line, but they've hurt Dayton from the three-point line. And as I say that, Armel Potter goes inside the scores. That's what happens when you don't have Obi Toppin in there. Everybody gets happy to go down in the paint when Obi Toppin's on the bench.
Mike Sell baseline. Opposite corner, we got a block down underneath the basket.
It's going to be Parr's second foul. He's going to have to come out. A big question in this game is whether the second part of the GW team, the next 5 guys up, can come in here and play to the level that the first guys have played so far. I mean, you got a 7-point lead against Dayton. That's pretty darn good. But can the next 5 come in and play at that level?
Busy day in the Gem City. Women's A10 tournament. The focus right now is on the men's game. An 11-0 run over the last couple of minutes for the Colonels. Not this time.
Potter had a golden chance to score 2 there. Just blew the little 7-footer.
Mike Sell's 3 won't go. And it's one and done right now for Dayton as they've gone cold.
Well, we talked about it. What did GW have to do to be in this game? Superior defense. When you hold Dayton to 12 points in the first 11 minutes and 30 seconds, that counts as superior defense. And right now, GW is not only playing very, very good defense, but they're, as you said, Dwight, keeping Dayton off the offensive glass. It is a one-shot and you're out situation right now for Dayton.
.8:20 remaining in the first half. It was 12-8 Dayton. It's now 19-12 George Washington. Shot clock at 5. There's another one of those distant threes. Back iron. And a good rebound from Stallings.
Every coach hates long rebounds because now your big guys down low, they can't go to get it. It's a hustle. It's a 50-50 ball. Bad pass.
Now the odds were against him as he made his way down the floor. But the ground broke his fall, Cohill. 11-0 run stands from George Washington. They were down 4, now they're up 7.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as a grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
It's the time of the season when love runs high
T-Mobile, the first to go unlimited. First with no annual service contracts. First with taxes and fees included. Now T-Mobile has the first and only nationwide 5G network, reaching over 5,000 cities and towns and over 200 million Americans. And T-Mobile is not charging extra for 5G access. Because this isn't our network, it's yours.
You were really smacking really loud.
More than one?
Yeah. Yes.
It's okay. It's that good.
There you go. That's how you chew. Now here comes the smacking.
The junior double stack.
Only guy on the floor to have made a three-point shot thus far for George Washington. Battles hit three. In fact, he's 3 of 5.
An impressive freshman coming in and making his mark in this conference right away out of high school, leading the entire conference in three-point shooting. And you can see confidence in his shot, that left-handed shot, averages 11.8 points, has 11 in the first 12 and a half minutes of this game. Jamison Battle has been the offensive beacon for this George Washington team. You wonder, can he keep it up?
Dayton's last basket came with 11:54 to go in the half. And they had a lead. But they are just 5 of 13 from the field and have missed 4 of 5 three-point attempts. Just their third free throw of the half. Of course, Dayton can put a bunch of points on the scoreboard in a hurry. Well, it's been a good stretch for George Washington. They got to find a way to keep it going.
There is no comfortable lead for George Washington in this game until the clock says 0-0-0 at the end of the second half. I don't care what the lead is, Dayton has the ability to come back at any moment in time. Dayton comes out of the timeout playing a little zone, switching it up on George Washington, forcing, we talked about it, forcing those shots from the perimeter a little bit farther out. Number 5.
Chimanga gets the block. Empty possession. So 2 free throws. A chance to put a couple of scoring possessions together for Dayton. Toppin. Shot for 3 from the corner. Evie Watson. Just like that, Dayton's to within 2.
Dayton playing defensive zone with both Chimanga and Obi Toppin on the court. Their 2 biggest guys, biggest wingspans. Really tough for George Washington to get a shot off with those big guys hawking the perimeter. And you can see George Washington struggling right now to figure out what to do on offense. That switch to zone by Anthony Grant really paying dividends the last couple of times down the court. George Washington befuddled in the face of that big zone with all those big guys. Look at Toppin and Chimanga just swarming in the corner and then just forcing the bad pass here because nobody's got any sense right now for George Washington where you're going to go. There's no patterns against the zone. Too big, too athletic. Really shaking up the Colonials with that zone.
Well, to accent your point, they won on the 11-0 run, did George Washington. Now they've gone nearly 3 minutes without any points. Obi Toppin with the flush.
What a beautiful reverse spin. Get a timeout, baby. Oh, yeah. It's timeout time.
So it's been an exchange of droughts. 7-0 run now for Dayton.
Watch that little reverse spin. I mean, that's a nice move. See that little reverse spin? He acted like he was going to the lane. Absolutely shook the young freshman, Sean Walker Jr., who thought he had to defend the middle of the key. Instead, Obi Toppin goes baseline. Not often you see a kid 6'9", 6'10", like Obi Toppin shaking a guard with his dribble.
7 of 17 from the field. That includes 4 of 9 from three-point range for George Washington. The number is pretty similar. Dayton is 7 of 15, 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. And so this first half has really been a half of streaks.
And right now, Dayton with this zone has taken away the three-pointer. They are saying to George Washington, you're not going to shoot from three anywhere near the college three-point line. You got to have to do something inside the three-point line against our biggest defenders. And George Washington is struggling. They have 5 seconds in the shot clock. They don't know how to score right now.
Potter is going to force that one.
Bad shot.
They didn't even get the ball inside the arc on that possession. Watson's feeling it.
That's what happens. Dayton's defense leads to offensive possession and momentum. George Washington's got to figure this zone out right now.
Got an open look, and that calms things down after nearly 4 minutes without a point. A crucial shot from beyond the arc.
That time a quick pass to the corner and a quick shot before the defender could get there. Somebody needs to help him.
Short pass. Shamanga.
Too late. If you let Obi Toppin survey the court with a couple dribbles, if he can't score, he's going to find somebody who can. That's how good of a passer he is.
George Washington still looking for a way to get the ball inside the three-point arc since Dayton went to the zone.
Tough shot.
That was closer to midcourt, I think.
Good grief.
Competition in underneath on the pass, which was deflected. We get a whistle and a foul.
That's Parr's third, who's given George Washington good minutes. 3 fouls. That might hurt, especially against this Dayton team, which is one of the biggest Dayton teams that can put, Anthony Grant can put on the court. I mean, if he puts Ryan Mikesell in, that is the biggest they can go. With Shamanga and Obi Toppin playing together in a zone, that's a big, formidable group of guys.
So Parr becomes a spectator. He's played 11 minutes here in the first half, has 2 points, 3 fouls. And just the second missed free throw for Dayton has a 2-point lead. There's a little inside-outside combination. Potter, 10 on the shot clock. Obi Toppin comes up empty, shot for 3, in and out.
No easy shots for GW now. Every shot is contested.
Well, that was looking ugly. Just didn't look right coming off Watson's hand. So he hit a couple of three-pointers, but then missed that.
And we keep saying GW's got to get the ball inside, figure out a way to penetrate the zone. Instead, fire another 3. Easier said than done with Shamanga and Obi Toppin down there. It's hard to score against those big guys.
Toppin got the shot off. It doesn't go, but he was fouled. 3.5 remaining in a spirited first half here at the University of Dayton Arena. George Washington needed to fight, and they've done just that. The Flyers trailed by 7. They're up 2 as we head to the break.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as a grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
It's the time of of the season. When love runs high.
When I showed my mom the DNA results, it made her feel proud. Ancestry specifically showed the regions that my family was from.
Greater details, richer stories. And now, with Health Insights, get your DNA kit at Ancestry.com.
Today started like any other day. You got up, showered, brushed your teeth, got in your Celtos, and took a shortcut through the desert. I wonder what people without all-wheel drive capability are doing right now. Introducing the all-new Celtos.
Inspiration can come from anywhere. Even from the new Triple Lupa from Taco Bell. It's 3 mini chalupas with 3 different flavors. Taco Bell reinvented the chalupa, so why can't I reinvent myself? I'm not like other dads. I'm an influencer.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Introducing the new Triple Lupa from Taco Bell. The chalupa deliciously reinvented.
Why the Dayton Flyers are one of the best teams in the country. They can turn you over big time, and when they do, they can score in bunches. This time, E.B. Watson hits the 3. Another 3 from the corner. And now Obi Toppin able to use his ability to score some points with his dribbling versatility. This is a Dayton team that scores the basketball in bunches, and they do it with their defense. If you make mistakes and turnovers against Dayton, they can make you pay in a hurry, and a tight game can become a blowout before you know it.
Battle leads the way with 11 points. George Washington, he's hit 4 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 7 from the three-point arc. And Obi Toppin had 1 free throw earlier in the half, made it, and hits this one. Dayton 3 of 8 from three-point range. It's a 14-3 run for the Flyers over the last 4:17. That after they were up 4, only to see George Washington run off 11. And since going to the zone, as you've talked about, they barely even get the ball inside the arc. George Washington. It's a good combination there. Kick out on the wing. 5 on the shot clock. Into traffic. And they're going to call the walk.
Yeah, this zone really has GW out of sorts. This time Shimanga's on the bench, so Dayton a little smaller in that zone, but Obi Toppin sitting in the middle of it. You know what he can do with blocking shots. And you can tell that that's really closed the lane off in the extended zone. Has forced GW to expand their offense to the point where they're not really getting any good looks at the glass.
Watson. Well, they hit 2 in a row, but he's missed his 2 attempts from three-point range since. A chance for Dayton to open up a bit more light. Oh. Well, he was open, was Nelson. But that pass just got away from Battle.
So was the guy in the stands who caught the ball. He was open too. I mean, this was like 4 feet over top of his head. He couldn't have caught that with a broom.
Yeah, he had to be taller. 2:20 to play here in the first half. Dayton up 4.
Uh-oh.
Inside, somehow that ball decided not to go in. 4 is the largest lead that Dayton has had.
And I know it's only a 4-point game, but it just feels like a little bit of a dangerous time for George Washington. The last 2 minutes of this half, they played a good half. They are within shouting distance of this Dayton team. It just feels like it's important for GW to muster some defensive stops and make a couple baskets so they can go in the locker room feeling like they hung with the number 3 Flyers.
Down the lane, shot, clean block from behind. In the end, a good defensive stop for George Washington.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he didn't call it, so that wasn't going to go in.
That was a bad shot with a capital B.
Yeah, you just talked about it. And they're on the road. They're down 4. They have possession. They got a chance to get a good shot, not any shot. Toppin doesn't miss many from that range. Plenty of time on the clock, so Dayton will reset. Chapman gets baseline reversed. No, he comes up well empty. So Dayton's had back-to-back possessions where they could have expanded their lead. They have failed, and can George Washington make something happen?
This just feels like an important possession for the Colonials. I mean, it just feels like if they make a shot here, they got to feel pretty good about themselves no matter what happens on the other end. If they don't, Dayton has the ability to run this game out.
Wow, from courtside, it looked like a clean swat right here.
Boy, I don't know. Hands part of the ball. The question is, was the swat up on the wrist, or was it on the hand, fingers, where it's attached to the ball? If it's up on the wrist, that's a foul. If it's on the fingers, on the hand, that's not a foul.
20 on the shot clock, so see if George Washington tries to run some offense.
Dayton back to a little bit of a zone. Now 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Shot for 3.
Tough shot. Maceo Jack showing that he can make some threes too.
Shot clock is off, so this will be the last possession.
No matter what happens here, George Washington is going into this locker room feeling like they won the first half. They're not going to be up, but they're going to feel like they won the first half because they hung with Dayton.
Looking for some space. Crutcher up will go. Battle for the rebound, unable to get his hands on it. Landers. And the heave at the buzzer would have counted, but it's off the mark. So George Washington, to your point, shot 37% from the floor. Dayton went scoreless over the last 3.5 minutes of the first half, and as a result, they got a slim 1-point lead heading into the break. Halfway through this Saturday night encounter, the regular season finale for both teams. Dayton looking for a program record 29 victories. They're going to have to earn it based on this first half.
It's the time of the season when love runs high.
Free one-day delivery, video, music, and more. With Prime.
When you need the focus to be on you, and not whatever that guy's doing, open Teams.
You don't think it'll happen to you, and you surely don't think it'll happen twice.
I'm offensive assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not just here to be the token female. I'm here to help us win. The Surface Pro helps me get what's in my head and get it out onto the field.
Let's go. Let's run it again. Run it again.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as it grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
It's the time of the season when love runs high.
B11.
Is that?
Steve Harvey? Give me B11.
Isn't bingo just an okay use of your hosting abilities?
It's like getting a Samsung Galaxy S25G and not getting it with AT&T, America's best network.
Bingo!
No, you can't have bingo. I just call out 2 numbers. You do this every week.
Get the most from your revolutionary Samsung Galaxy S20 5G. Switch now and get one for $10 a month from AT&T, building 5G on America's best network.
Like leather, skin is stronger when it's hydrated, but 9 out of 10 men don't get the hydration their skin needs. That's why Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash has a unique hydrating formula to keep men's skin healthier and stronger.
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. So Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, depressed mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic and skin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. The most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
You know what beats next day shipping? Getting it the same day. With Ace, you can buy online and get free in-store pickup, or get it delivered that day. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
There's no feeling like it. It's hook set season. So gear up and start your season at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
Now listen.
Mizzen in Maine. Visit mizzeninmaine.com/TV for free shipping.
No one knows where it comes from. It's the fighting spirit. Ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. As long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
Sling is America's #1 most humble live TV streaming service with the most modest pricing. We're too respectful to call out other TV services and their expensive subscription fees, but if we did, it would probably look something like this. But let's focus on what else makes us great, like our fully customizable channel lineups and no long-term contracts. And now, you can get $10 off your first month of Sling, our humblest, most modest price yet. Visit sling.com to learn more.
Female, I'm here to help us win. The Surface Pro helps me get what's in my head and get it out onto the field.
Let's go. Let's run it again. Run it again.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as it grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
broadcast of this game is authorized by the Atlantic 10 Conference. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of any image, sound, account, or description of this game without the express written consent of the Atlantic 10 Conference is strictly prohibited.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as a grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
I found a place in my heart. I found a light in the dark.
Another miss for the Dayton Flyers. And now it's speed. Battle. Why not? Bang. Yeah, he was cut. Shot for three from the corner. Evie Watson, just like that.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as a grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
It's the time of the season when love runs high.
Today started like any other day. You got up, showered, brushed your teeth, got in your Celtos, and took a shortcut through the desert. I wonder what people without all-wheel drive capability are doing right now. Introducing the all-new Celtos.
Match up the final regular season game for Dayton and George Washington. Tony, what say we take a look back at the first half? Highlights brought to you by Dave Arbogast, Buick GMC, Ford RV, driven to your satisfaction for 25 years.
Well, there has been a lot going on for George Washington on the offensive end, but what's been going on has been Jamison Battle making shots, mostly from the three-point line, but then we saw a little Dayton run after that, and that was led by, shocker of all shocks, Obi Toppin, both down on the block, driving the basketball, and also with his superior passing skills. You see him drive to the hole and make a great pass to the corner, Evie Watson, and drilling the three. Obi Toppin has been the guy who's been the focal point for Dayton on offense. Not a lot of Dayton offense is happening. Only 26 points, and you see Dayton shoot 37.5% from the field. Really not getting out there and making shots. You wonder if George Washington could keep that defensive pressure up.
First half stats brought to you by the Dayton School of Medical Massage, now enrolling for day and evening classes. Further information is available. Go to massageschools.com. Well, you have to like an awful lot from the George Washington perspective about the way the first half played out. Dayton got the 4-point lead, then it was the 11-0 run by the Colonials. Dayton then built a lead of their own and had a couple opportunities to extend that, but couldn't do it.
Well, George Washington, the blueprint of the first half was what George Washington has to do to win this game. Very effective defense, and 6 of 16, 6 3-pointers in the first half for George Washington. They have to score from the three-point line. Now, both of those threes came early in the half when Dayton was playing man-to-man. When Dayton switched to that zone, boy, those threes started to dry up a little bit. The offense really hit the skids for George Washington. But this pattern of playing good defense and making just enough shots, that's the way that the Colonials have to win this game.
Coming back with the second half from UD Arena, Dayton and George Washington. Spectrum News 1.
I'm offensive assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not just here to be the token female. I'm here to help us win. The Surface Pro helps me get what's in my head and get it out onto the field.
Let's go. Let's run it again. Run it again.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as it grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
It's the time of the season when love runs high.
Vamos!
I'm coming!
That's a great price.
Mercedes-Benz of Centerville.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as it grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. I found a place in my heart. I found a light in the dark. I found my heaven.
The Range Rover Evoque. The only adventure sales event is happening now.
Is presented by Mercedes-Benz of Centerville, member of the Bob Ross Auto Group. (26-25) Flyers lead as we return to the University of Dayton Arena. Both teams converting 9 of 24 from the floor in the first half. Better shooting from the three-point arc for George Washington. A game of runs. You know, Dayton was up 4 and had a couple of possessions to extend the advantage. Couldn't do it. Then it was an 11-0 spurt that put George Washington up by 7. And they went cold. We start with a 1-point difference here in the second half. And you said going into the locker room, George Washington effectively won the opening 20 minutes. What do they have to do to win the game over the next 20?
Dig in for the first 5 minutes and hold on, because you know Anthony Grant has his team coming out thinking we want to blow this team off the court in the first 5 minutes of this half. For George Washington, if you can hold on and keep this game close in that first 5 minutes, you have a chance to set yourself up to be in this game when it counts. The last few minutes of the game, that's a great start for GW.
Well executed. A little give and go inside. And the first blood drawn in the second half to the visitors from our nation's capital. Toppin leads the Flyers with 11. Battle leads all scores. He's got 13. And on the side court, inbounds for Dayton.
One of the things we talked about in my keys, balanced scoring. You know, balanced attack from Dayton. Obi Toppin with 11 of the 26 points. Nobody more than 6 points. The rest of the starters for Dayton have 5 total points in the first half. 5 points. Take the starting 5. Obi Toppin has 11 points. The remaining starters have 5 points. That is the opposite of the balanced attack we were talking about pregame. Right now the officials looking to see.
The scoreboard clock went a little funky.
Where the clock should be. Now it's 19:24. Dayton really hoping those 4 seconds won't matter.
First possession of the second half for Dayton. Oh, Landers threw it without really checking. And an opportunity at the other end for Nelson. Misses the shot, but he is fouled in the act. And seemed to be a bit confused to Dayton.
Trey Landers expected Ryan Meixel to be out there and to be ready to catch that ball. Did not expect Ryan Meixel to make a cut. That's what they were talking about after Trey Landers, A, got the turnover, and then B, got the foul. Insult to injury.
Not much left of the rim that hasn't been touched by that shot.
Pitching wedge.
It's just the third free throw of the game.
I mean, George Washington, you've got to make free throws. I mean, you've got to make free throws. Every free throw is crucial for the Colonials.
And a fitting end to the second one. Used every break you could get to get the first one to go. Up to George Washington. Flyers have yet to attempt a shot in the second half. Toppin. Meixel. Cross court from Obi Toppin. Shot is going to be well short. Fight for the rebound. Chapman appeared to have an angle to the ball initially, but couldn't come up with possession. Well, Dayton still looking for any points here to start the second half. A field goal and a single free throw for George Washington. And Colonials are going to go back to the free throw line again. It'll be Nelson. So we talk about Jameer Nelson, junior and senior. Pretty comparable stats, though.
Freshman year, both of them making an impact. Jameer Nelson Jr., he's been an excellent freshman for this Colonial team. Aggressive, able to make shots with contact. One thing, we look at Jameer Nelson Sr., 6.5 assists as a freshman. Holy smokes. That had to lead the A-10.
Got 1 of 2, did Nelson. In fact, he's converted 2 of 4. The team 3 of 6 now. Dayton 5 of 7. Neither side has spent a great deal of time at the free throw line. Dayton just looking for second half points. The drought is over. Took nearly 2 full minutes. And just like that, the score's tied.
Too easy that time. GW got a little too aggressive with their half-court offense. Jumped off of Ryan Meixel to Jalen Crutcher, leaving him wide open.
Nifty little pass in underneath, but unable to get the shot to go. And Garcia gets another one.
Boy, give Lan Garcia a lot of credit. He was down there in the tall cot. Obi Toppin was all over him. Lan Garcia able to muscle that one up in the face of one of the best shot blockers in the nation.
6'9" out of Bilbao, Spain. Landers went from the right to the left hand, couldn't get the shot to go, but does draw the foul. George Washington has pushed their field goal shooting percentage now up to 40.
Trey Landers going hard to the rim. Not a whole lot of contact there. Trey Landers fortunate, I think, to be shooting these free throws.
Well, there's karma for you. Obi Toppin is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Second one is good. And some full court pressure from Dayton.
This pressure just designed to get GW a little bit out of sorts. A little uncomfortable, a little pressure on him. Not let them feel like they're settling into a groove.
It's good ball movement, nice entry pass, and a clean finish from Parr.
Yeah, nice move by Parr. This young man, I think he's got a bright future. He's playing hard.
Obi Toppin got up, shot that one down.
That was just, the elevator went to the 10th floor. Mr. Parr's elevator went to the 4th floor.
Got to get all the way to the electronics. Get stuck on housewares. Turnover.
Dribble.
Kick out.
Oh! Trey Landers trying to take that one down with authority.
Missed opportunity to regain the lead. A chance for George Washington to extend it, but we're going to have a push as Jack steps in the way.
Yep, good call by the official. Ryan Mikesell saw the screen coming, just pushed the defender into his Dayton teammate. Ryan Mikesell goes to the bench. You just feel like he's pressing right now. No points for Ryan Mikesell. Just feels like senior night, just a little on edge, not really settled into his game yet.
Trey Landers has just 3. Watson has 6, but he hit 2 3-pointers and missed all the rest of his shots. How about that for a snazzy outlet? Wide open look for 3!
Defense to offense. That's what Dayton does. Great play by Trey Landers to come over and steal that ball and to save it with the behind-the-back pass. And Dayton just hurts you in transition. They can come down and score the 3 with the best of them in transition.
I think there was a foul on Dayton after the shot. Maybe Trey Landers. We'll sort it out in just a moment. Early minutes of half number 2. Dayton has taken the lead. But George Washington has come for a fight on this night. Just down.
I'm offensive assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not just here to be the token female. I'm here to help us win. The Surface Pro helps me get what's in my head and get it out onto the field.
Let's go. Let's run it again. Run it again.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as a grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
Hey you, how about a reservation?
Vamos!
I'm coming!
That's a great price.
There you go.
Wait.
That's a great price.
Right here, please. What about this? Ooh, that's a great price.
With everyday low prices at Amazon, anytime is a good time to save.
I found a place in my heart. I found a light in the dark. I found my heaven.
The Range Rover Evoque. The only adventure sales event is happening now.
Well, all sorts of good things happening for the Dayton Flyers this season. Ranked number 3 in the country. They're unbeaten in conference play. And they have one of the longest active home win streaks in the country, though I'm not sure anybody's ever going to catch Gonzaga. They are a machine when playing in Spokane.
Yeah, that's a tough place to play, but I'll tell you, this is a tough place to play too. Dayton fans pack this place, love their Flyers, one of the best groups of fans in the country, and that's how you get on that list. You get on that list with good basketball teams, but you can't, a good basketball team alone is not going to get you on that list. You have to have great fans, and that's what the Flyers have, great fans.
So after the last Dayton basket, the bench was given a warning for delay of game. Once the ball travels through the hoop, got to leave it alone.
Rodney Chapman all over Mel Potter right now. Doing a great job hawking him all over the court.
Battle's going to be called for the foul. Yep.
Called an offensive screen, moving screen by Parr.
Yeah, my mistake.
Boy, that's a tough call. That is a tough call. Not only was it a tough call to call the moving screen, but that call was made like 4 seconds after the play.
I thought what they called because of the timing was a different hit. Haven't seen Toppin look for three-point opportunities just yet. It's been that sort of night to this point for Dayton. They have a chance to build a little momentum. They just haven't been able to get past 4. And that might be the most surprising number of the game. Their largest lead has been just 4 points when you consider the number of occasions they were up by 4 and had additional possessions.
I agree with you, Dwight. We've seen opportunities where Dayton has to just blow this game open, and they've not been able to take it.
And they're shooting 40% from the field right now. Well, Nelson got that one to go. Back to even terms. Certainly not the game I think a lot of Flyer faithful were expecting. We talked at the top of the broadcast. It's an opportunity for George Washington to come in and make a statement. And to this point, they have. Everything's going his way this season.
Well, I mean, you just can't leave Langarica on the line on the block like that. I mean, you just can't. I mean, he's got no chance by himself. You let Obi Toppin dribble the ball 3 times and go back towards the rim. There's nobody's going to stop him doing that. Somebody from GW's got to come down and help. Can't leave Obi Toppin by himself on the block.
Toppin preparing and then went ahead and shot the free throw, but play was stopped by the officials.
Well, I mean, you handed him the basketball. Once you hand the player the ball, he's supposed to shoot. Taking it away from him is unusual, and then he makes it when you give it to him, and he misses it when you take it away. Dayton Flyer fans not happy about that, and they shouldn't be happy about him. I mean, they got to get it straight.
So the missed free throw, his first miss of the evening. Toppin had hit 3 in a row. He's up to 15 points now. 14-16 is the time remaining here in half number 2. A little bit of a rough patch here for the officials.
Yes, we've gotten stuck in the mud a little bit. And in front of this crowd, which knows the rules of the game of basketball, they are not letting them up.
So they got the shot clock adjusted, which is important. You want to get it right. 10 seconds on that shot clock. 14 minutes to go. Right side of the lane, Potter.
Boy, nice shot. That's a tough shot. Degree of difficulty way high on that shot by Arnell Potter.
Lob. And the finish. Some contact there, but it's allowed.
One of the risks for GW is those types of athletic dunking plays. It gets the crowd going, can really spark a Dayton run. The GW got to forget about the fact that that play just happened. Tough shot.
You have to wonder a little bit about Battle's decision-making on the night. He's got 13 points, but he's now 3 of 10 from the beyond the three-point arc, and he's thrown up a couple of really long-distance shots as Crutcher finishes at the other end.
You feel a little bit of a Dayton run coming on. Obi Toppin goes to the alley-oop. Everybody gets a little excited, and GW going to call a timeout. Good timeout by Coach Christmas. We could feel it too. This game was starting to get a little out of hand. It's only a 4-point game, but it was starting to slide downhill.
Now you talked about the enthusiasm for those dunks. This is it's certainly, I think, an important test for the Dayton Flyers and a nice reminder that they can't just show up.
That's right. I mean, if Dayton is fortunate enough to win this basketball game, this is going to be a great teaching moment for Anthony Grant.
12:42 remaining in half number 2. It's 4 in a row for the Flyers. The first 2 airmailed by Obi Toppin.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as a grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
I'm offensive assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not just here to be the token female. I'm here to help us win. The Surface Pro helps me get what's in my head and get it out onto the field.
Let's go. Let's run it again. Run it again.
It's the time of the season when love runs high.
Vamos!
I'm coming.
Oh, that's a great price.
There you go.
Wait. Oh.
That's a great price.
Right here, please. What about this? Ooh, that's a great price.
With everyday low prices at Amazon, anytime is a good time to save.
Inspiration can come from anywhere. Even from the new Triple Lupa from Taco Bell. It's 3 mini chalupas with 3 different flavors. Taco Bell reinvented the chalupa, so why can't I reinvent myself? I'm not like other dads. I'm an influencer.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Introducing the new Triple Lupa from Taco Bell. The chalupa deliciously reinvented.
A lot has changed overnight. But Buick and GMC's commitment to...
At least as far as the AP poll is concerned, the Flyers first appeared on December 2nd, climbed a bit, stubbed their toe, losing to Kansas and Colorado. But since week 9, it has been on a steady march to number 3.
And I remember in November, us doing Dayton games, saying, I wonder when this team is going to get in the top 25. Well, they got there, and they dug in hard.
So it went from a short to a full timeout. We'll have another media break under 12.
Important possession here for GW.
Yeah, it's only a 4-point difference, but that was a clunker.
Was that really the shot that the Colonials wanted? I can't imagine.
Long pass for Toppin shows his maturity. Didn't try and make something crazy happen. Just threw it out to Watson. And Dayton will start their offense. 4 is their biggest lead on the night. And that ball gets away from him.
Great play by Chapman.
But Chapman wins it back. Going to try and drive. Loses the ball.
Oh, helter-skelter now.
Dayton bench says the ball was kicked.
Maceo Jack.
After all that good work, Landers is going to get called for a foul on the floor. Well, that was a whirlwind. 11:49 to go in regulation. Things a bit out of control. Dayton +4.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as a grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
You can't have my ice cream.
Come on, give me some.
I'll save you some.
But it's fun eating together.
This is good too. Reese's Overload waffle cone.
Vamos!
I'm coming.
That's a great price. There you go.
Wait.
That's a great price.
Right here, please. What about this? Ooh, that's a great price.
With everyday low prices at Amazon, anytime is a good time to save.
I found a place in my heart. I found a light in the dark. I found my heaven.
The Range Rover Evoque. The only adventure sales event is happening now.
I wrote this a long time ago. I don't know how old I was. I hope someday.
Back inside the University of Dayton Arena, where earlier today in the A-10 women's tournament, the Flyers beat St. Louis. VCU top Fordham. So it'll be Dayton and Virginia Commonwealth tomorrow, right here. And that is a noon tip-off. Great basketball season it has been to date, and it's not over yet for the Flyers, both the women and men. Of course, it really ratchets up now. Next week, we get into conference tournament play, and then NCAA championships begins the week after. Right now, we got 11:49, and still the game to sort out. Those who thought the emotion of senior night and finishing off a perfect regular season campaign might vault Dayton into an easy win, it's been anything but. Their largest lead on the evening for the Flyers is 4. They once trailed by 7. Pull up. Too strong. Ball swatted up. Battle. Bounces once. And we got a foul on George Washington.
I guarantee you the message for both these coaches during that timeout was calm down. And that last minute before the last timeout, both these teams kind of lost their minds on both the offensive and the defensive end. Everybody's making crazy plays and reaching and creating fouls. Both these teams need to calm down, run their stuff, do what they've done successfully in this game through their pattern offenses. That's a great pass.
Crutcher.
Bang. Well, the danger light is blinking yellow for George Washington, down 7. Can't afford to not come away with points on this possession, and that's what happens.
A couple of times in the first half when Dayton had a lead and possession, a chance to extend the scoreline, they couldn't do it. They finally broke that 4-point barrier. Now they try to add more. Crutcher.
Yep. Timeout. Yep.
9 straight over the last 3:01 for Dayton. It's been 3:23 since George Washington last scored. There's the three-pointer. You referenced the cross-court pass, and then beautiful finish.
Well, that's the balanced attack. You know, Jalen Crutcher really hasn't been much for this Dayton team on offense. Last 5 points, he's been everything. But it started with that great pass by Obi Toppin, reverse to a wide open Jalen Crutcher, and he drilled it. And he's doing what he really does best, and that's cut to the hole with the basketball and go to the rim. This is why it's so difficult to play against Dayton. They can, from their defense, they can score quickly. And when they get the basketball, they have such versatility on the offensive end because Obi Toppin, a post guy with superior passing skills, he's almost like having a second point guard on the floor.
Well, Dayton has hit their last 5 field goal attempts. During the same stretch, George Washington has missed 5. It's a scoring drought of 319, a Dayton run of 9-0. That's still short of the 11-0 run that George Washington put together in the opening.
And if the previous possessions for George Washington were important, let's bump it up a notch. This one's crucial. When you're down 9 to the Dayton Flyers, you let Dayton continue this run, this game will be over fast. If you're George Washington, you've got to put your big boy pants on and score and figure out a way to get the ball in the hoop, score a 2 or a 3, cut the momentum, and start your climb back. Dayton trying to put some pressure, helter-skelter. Boy, tough shot.
At 16:58, George Washington had a lead. Downtown three-pointer. Back.
So many weapons. So many weapons for Dayton. So hard to keep them down for an entire game.
12 straight.
A little panic setting in for GW now. You can see them go, oh my gosh, we've got to do something.
Well, probably a bit rushed there from Crutcher. You built a lead of 12. Maybe work the clock a little bit.
Another 3, what might have been a dagger for this GW team. Right now, they're on their heels and panicked. You can see by the look in their eyes, they don't really have any confidence right now on offense.
Could have come up with a better shot than that. I think that was a bit forced. Tough one anyway. Back iron long. We've seen several shots from George Washington in the second half that have hit the back iron.
Panic forces bad shots. Somebody's got to help them, yeah. You can't do that. You cannot let Obi Toppin dribble 2 times to get near the rim because he's going to dunk over top of you.
And that's what he did. That battle was lost.
Somebody's got to help battle. Yep, uh-oh.
Here it comes. And Obi Toppin saluting the student body. Thought we might see the windmill. Instead, he went for the reverse.
Wow, Obi Toppin just starting to take over this game, defensively and offensively. Such a nightmare matchup for anybody.
Well, his stay in Dayton won't be long, but there is a love affair between the Flyer faithful and Obi Toppin, and it begins with the student body who he just saluted after that dunk. George Washington's looking for the license plate on the truck that just ran him over.
Yeah, because they are flat.
They have fought and scrapped and had themselves in great position. They've gone better than 5 minutes now without a bucket. Outside the power 6. Doesn't happen too often, does it? Not since 2011. What a season Jimmer Fredette had at BYU. Perhaps, just maybe, Obi Toppin will add his name to that list.
Well, he deserves serious consideration. There have been few players in the history of college basketball to dominate the game the way Obi Toppin has dominated the game this year, he's got to get strong consideration for that National Player of the Year title.
So it was a 16-0 run.
Oh, man. We talked about it. This team can just blow you out in like 3-minute stretch. Somebody's got to help them.
Well, and Barr's out there with 4.
I'll tell you, if I were a big guy in blue, I'd be all over my guards right now saying, when he catches the ball in the post, you've got to help me. Uh-oh.
Sometimes there's nothing really to say.
Wow.
7:31 to go in what was a tight game. It is now a 16-point lead for Obi Toppin and the Dayton Flyers.
We thought we lost everything in that fire, but my independent agent and auto owners made sure we were up and running fast. That's what mattered to us.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
It's the time of the season when love runs high.
I want my kids to know they come from people who were brave and took risks, big risks.
Bring your family history to life like never before. Get started for free at Ancestry.com.
I wrote this a long time ago. I don't know how old I was. I hope someday I will be on a real football team. I'm Katie Sowers, offensive assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers.
Whoa, hold it.
I'm not just here to be the token female. I'm here to help us win. The Surface Pro helps me get what's in my head and get it out onto the field.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I would want to tell this little girl to keep pushing yourself. Your dream's coming.
Let's go. Let's run it again. Run it again. Let's go.
Inspiration can come from anywhere, even from the new Triple Lupa from Taco Bell. It's 3 mini chalupas with 3 different flavors. Taco Bell reinvented the chalupa, so why can't I reinvent myself? I'm not like other dads. I'm an influencer.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Introducing the new Triple Lupa from Taco Bell. The chalupa deliciously reinvented.
It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey, so Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along with support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. So when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms.
Looking to extend their winning streak to 20, win their 29th regular season game.
And I can tell you that Dayton is now number 2 on that list because San Diego State lost tonight to Utah State.
There you go.
And by the way, Dayton is number 1 because West Virginia beat Baylor tonight too. So it is now Dayton with the longest winning streak in the nation.
Well, that's why you're here.
I mean, the Dayton Flyers are the longest winning streak in the nation. That's something to kind of go, wow.
Toppin now 23 points, 16 for Crutcher. Watson hit 2 in the first half. Adds 1 here in the second. It's the lone matchup this season between these two teams, and now George Washington's getting an up-close and personal look at what this particular version of the Dayton Flyers is all about. It's good work in the lane. Tough shot, won't go. Tapped up. Ball is lost. Landers are covered. Tricky pass inside from Landers. Watson was out on the left wing. Came in the first half, hit back-to-back threes. and then missed a couple, and hits his first three-point attempt of half number 2. And Parr will spend the rest of this game on the bench as he fouls out.
A game effort by the freshman Parr. I thought he played pretty well. He didn't score a lot of points, but he competed. I think GW's got a pretty good-looking freshman there. I really hope that Ryan Mikesell gets back in this game. It's a senior night. They're going to win, which is important. But so far, Ryan Mikesell has not scored in this game, and that is not how you want to remember your senior night. You want to get back in this game if you're Ryan Mikesell and score some points. I hope that happens.
Chapman called for the foul. He was not set when contact occurred. 21-2 run over the last 7:06. George Washington has hit just one of their last 10 field goal attempts and has had 4 turnovers in the span. Neatly finished there by Walker. First points from the field after missing 3 attempts. Crutcher off the screen from Toppin, hands it to him. And he just continues to ratchet up his total of dunks. Gets fouled, goes to the free throw line.
I mean, this is just, it's not fair. I mean, if he's standing around the rim and has the ball, he's quick off his feet, he elevates way above everybody else, you're just not going to stop it. Just not going to stop it.
He's on the short list for the Wooden, Naismith, Olsen, Robertson, NABC, and Malone watch lists.
He's on the short list for all of those because, I mean, you got to give serious consideration to Obi Toppin as being the winner of those awards. You just do.
On a night like this, when George Washington came in and was really making things tough, and Obi Toppin has taken this game over, now 25 points. Still time on a shot clock. Battle finds the range. He's had a pretty good night. Got 16 points now, and he's hit 4 3-point field goals. He's had 7 rebounds. Just 1 turnover over 34 minutes.
Yep, taking a lot of shots, some of them bad, but he's made some shots. And for a while, he was keeping George Washington in this game.
Points 17 and 18 for Jalen Crutcher,
who has exploded all over the Colonials in this second half.
Travel. Dayton shooting 53% from the field. Dramatically improved from 3-point range where they've hit 8 of 6. But somewhat surprisingly, they've missed 5 of 11 free throws.
Well, that's not normal for the Dayton Flyers. But you can see what this team does. They feed off their defense, and they feed off what Obi Toppin does. When Obi Toppin does something exciting, this entire team takes a step forward. When their defense does something, their entire team takes a step forward.
And that, I believe, will be possession to George Washington. Up by 18 points, didn't matter. You got guys diving around on the floor. Down by 18 points, didn't matter. George Washington continues to battle. They just went through that stretch where they just couldn't get anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, they're still battling, but I mean, their head's spinning right now, and you understand why. And this crowd is loud. The crowd is all over him. Obi Toppin making plays that, you know, even as a college basketball player at high Division I like this, you don't see guys do that. I mean, that's crazy stuff. And you can just tell that George Washington right now is like, oh my gosh, we are not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
We are definitely not in Kansas. Held ball and the arrow favors the Dayton Flyers. Ryan Mikesell has re-entered the game.
Boy, if I'm a Dayton Flyer, if I'm one of these guys in the court, I'm looking to get Ryan Mikesell the basketball in a spot where he can score.
There he goes.
And you know exactly what he was trying to do. Trey Landers came up and said, get the ball to Ryan Mikesell. And that's what he did. And Mikesell beeline straight for the bucket.
Yeah, that first step was something.
Beeline. I mean, he knew exactly what he was doing when he caught the ball, and that was, I am going to the hole. That's good, but he needs to make a shot. He needs to make a field goal.
Shooter's touch from the free throw line.
If I'm a Dayton Flyer right now, I'm going, okay, I got to get my senior a shot. He's got to score. We're not letting Ryan Mikesell leave UD Arena. Great effort right there. Not letting Ryan Mikesell leave UD Arena without making a shot his last game. That's what good teams are thinking, good teammates are thinking. And I bet that's going through the head of a lot of these Dayton Flyer guys right now.
Well, with the 19-point lead and that it is senior night, you would expect that some of these guys are going to get a curtain call here soon. But not just yet. Tick inside, 4 minutes to go, and what was for much of the night a tight game. It's now a 19-point advantage for the home team. Flyers in command. It's getting late.
I'm offensive assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not just here to be the token female. I'm here to help us win. The Surface Pro helps me get what's in my head and get it out onto the field.
Let's go. Let's run it again. Run it again.
Sure, Principal is a financial company. But think of us as a protect your family as a grows company. A put enough away for college company. And a take care of your employees company. We're a help you ride the ups and downs of the market company. And when it's time to retire, we're a we've been guiding you toward this all along company. Think of us as all these companies and more. Principal, retirement, investments, insurance.
Hey you, how about a reservation?
Free one-day delivery, video, music, and more. With Prime.
Today started like any other day. You got up, showered, brushed your teeth, got in your Celtos, and took a shortcut through the desert. I wonder what people without all-wheel drive capability are doing right now. Introducing the all-new Celtos.
Like leather, skin is stronger when it's hot.
How about some highlights, courtesy of Obi Toppin?
Well, we'd like to show you all of Obi Toppin's dunks tonight, but I'm not sure we have time. I mean, there's been so many. We probably miss some of the play on the court. But I mean, he is an absolute highlight reel. I have a feeling that if you tune in tonight to a sports-related show that has center on the back of its name, you're probably going to see one of Obi Toppin's dunks, and probably the one between his legs, as being the #1 play of the night. If not, I'm really going to be interested to see what the #1 play is, because it's going to be hard to top that one.
Toppin, 25 points, made 11 of 15 shots. He's got 4 rebounds, 4 assists, just a single foul, 2 turnovers. He's got 2 steals, all that in 33 minutes.
Got to believe Obi Toppin's coming out here in the next 30 to 45 seconds to what probably will be a standing ovation, with a lot of these Dayton Flyer fans realizing this is probably the last time you're going to see Obi Toppin in UD Arena.
Shot for 3. That's how you finish off the game, right? You take the shot clock down late, then you hit the bucket.
Jalen Crutcher.
6 straight points on 5 of 7 field goal shooting. And another scoring drought for George Washington, now at 212. And a great block defensively in underneath. Like Crutcher got a hand in there. Works off the top and screen as the clock goes inside. 3 minutes to play. And we've got a foul underneath away from the ball. Ibby and Obi. Seeing the players begin to line up the scorer's table as the seniors get a chance to take a bow. Matos will come in. E.B. Watson checks out. Jalen Crutcher gets a standing O. As Shamanga comes in. And Dwayne Cohill. Obi's done. Got the huge smile from cheek to cheek. And not a cursory, but a legitimate hug for every coach and every teammate on the bench. We hardly knew ye.
What a great career that young man has had. Seems like so short, but what a great career. I still remember his first game and going, oh my gosh, where'd this guy come from? But to seeing his improvement, where he blossomed to, unbelievable. Make that shot.
Mike Zell.
Bang. There you go. You can see him shaking his head going, oh my gosh, about time.
Well, even a rare show of emotion by the head coach.
That's awesome. And you could tell that Trey Landers was desperate to get the ball to him because he wanted that shot for Ryan Meixel. That was a Trey Landers pass over to Ryan Meixel.
Good defense from Shamanga. Shot misses. He clears the glass. It's 11 consecutive points for the Flyers. Not this time. Shamanga's going to be called for a foul on the rebound. Get a chance at the end of this game to hear from Anthony Grant as he addresses his team and the Flyer faithful. And even with a large margin, nobody's leaving this place. First free throw is good. Toro gets that to fall. Cameron Greer, junior guard, Country Club Hills, Illinois. Listed at 5'7", 160. Listed as. Toro hits the free throw. Now the only thing in doubt now is the final score. George Washington got almost 3/4 of the way through this night, and then the wheels fell off. And
well, the good thing about this game for Dayton is a couple things. One, they won. 3 things. 1, they won. 2, they come out with no injuries. 3, they didn't play so well in the first half.
How about that touch? Jerry Matos, redshirt junior.
And the reason why Dayton not playing well in the first half is probably a good thing is because it gives Anthony Grant the ability to put that tape on for his team and show them what they didn't do. And it's all now about postseason preparation. The regular season is over. This is now all about postseason. And if Anthony Grant can show these guys what they did in the first half that was not up to Dayton par, I'm just going to give him a better chance to play more consistently.
Chamaga with the left-handed finish. I don't think anybody enjoyed that more than Obi Toppin.
Yeah.
Well, you predicted that the Flyers had it run, and they did. But you got to the midpoint of the second half. No way you thought that Dayton was going to go up 28.
No way. I mean, this is an absolute smashing by Dayton. I mean, this is what they do. I mean, when they're on, they just blow you out quickly, and that's what happened here.
So the Flyers are going to let the clock run. We're going to get a chance to hear from Anthony Grant. Your final score, 76-51, a 25-point win for a game that in the last 10 minutes was anything but an assured win. Obi Toppin finishes with 27 points on 11 of 15 shooting. That includes 5 of 7 from the free throw line. He had 5 boards, 5 assists, just 1 foul, 2 turnovers. Played 34 minutes. Crutcher finishes with 21 points. He hit 8 of 14, including 5 of 8 from three-point range. And as exciting as the dunks were, like Crutcher just fed off of that. Most of his three-point shots converted came in the second half.
I think he had 18 points in the second half. I mean, that's 18 points in a half is an unbelievable offensive explosion. And, you know, that is why this Dayton team is going to be looked at by a lot of people as being a Final Four caliber team. They have the ability to jump from a lot of different spots, blow a game wide open quickly.
So it's off to New York City for the Atlantic 10 Conference Tournament. As we wait for Anthony Grant to speak. With the losses you referenced earlier, Dayton, I think, legitimate chance now to get a number 1 seed. And I don't think they have to win the Atlantic 10 Conference Tournament to keep that, but I think they would need to at least be a semifinal team.
Yeah, I think, look, Dayton's got to have a deep run. I mean, I think they've got to, in my opinion, I think they've got to get to the final game. To be a number 1 seed, I think Dayton at least needs to get to the final game. Maybe they can lose that final game and be a number 1 seed, but I think if they get to the final and they win the final game, you end the season on 21 straight wins, top 5 team. That to me sounds like a number 1 seed.
Now let's hear from Anthony Grant.
Thank you for an unbelievable year. Unbelievable support. You guys are the best fans in the country. We couldn't ask for more. It's a long day for our guys. A lot of good things happened for our program today, for the city of Dayton. We're so grateful for ESPN bringing game day to Dayton, Ohio. Our guys were bound and determined today. Very emotional day. It was senior day and everything we had going on. But they weren't going to be denied. We wanted to make sure that we made history here tonight in front of all of you. So thank you, and go Flyers.
Anthony Grant sharing his emotions with the Flyer faithful. Dayton runs away and hides after a tight game. They win by 25, 76-51. Tony and I'll be back to wrap this one up.
I'm offensive assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not just here to be the token female. I'm here to help us win. The Surface Pro helps me get what's in my head and get it out onto the field.
Let's go. Let's run it again. Run it again.
I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
I found a place in my heart. I found a light in the dark. I found my heaven.
The Range Rover Evoque. The only adventure sales event is happening now.
B11.
Is that
Steve Harvey? Give me B11.
Isn't bingo just an okay use of your hosting abilities?
It's like getting a Samsung Galaxy S25G and not getting it with AT&T, America's best network.
Bingo!
No, you can't have bingo. I just call out 2 numbers. You do this every week.
Get the most from your revolutionary Samsung Galaxy S20 5G. Switch now and get 1 for $10 a month from AT&T, building 5G on America's best network.
Inspiration can come from anywhere, even from the new Triple Lupa from Taco Bell. It's 3 mini chalupas with 3 different flavors. Taco Bell reinvented the chalupa, so why can't I reinvent myself?
I'm not like other dads. I'm an influencer.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Introducing the new Triple Lupa from Taco Bell. The chalupa deliciously reinvented.
Back inside the University of Dayton Arena, where the Flyer faithful have elected to stay in their seats and celebrate this record-setting season. So Dayton wins the Atlantic 10. They had wrapped that up a couple of weeks ago, but they do so undefeated. And, Tony, they have 29 wins, which is the most in UD history, and this is a program that has a storied history.
What a tremendous season. I mean, we doing the games in November that we did and talking about the potential of this team. Now as we look back on it, I'm not sure there's much that we could expect for this team to do that they haven't done. Right. I mean, what more could they have done on this season to achieve what their talent level said they could achieve? I can't think of anything. I think this team has done, and through the regular season, everything it could possibly do. And it sets itself up, because that's important, because it puts high expectations on this team amongst themselves to go into the postseason and to achieve at that level as well, both in the conference tournament and the NCAA tournament.
29-2 is their final regular season record. Both losses coming to nationally ranked teams in overtime. This is a club that has been highly competitive throughout the season and now prepares for postseason play. We still got to talk about this big win tonight. And how about the play of the game? There were a plethora of dunks, but our play of the game is brought to you by your 24 hometown Dayton Hothead Burritos locations. Put Hothead's new fish tacos in your lunchtime game plan.
Well, I'll tell you, that dunk was as special as you're going to see in college basketball. There are few players in the nation who do not have an NBA team logo on their shirt who can make those plays. And Obi Toppin, that was an unbelievable play.
So the Atlantic 10 conference tournament gets rolling next week in New York. And Dayton will wait to the quarterfinals when they get the winner of UMass and VCU. And then St. Louis will be the 4 seed. So they'll have a play-in, if you will. George Mason and Fordham will take the winner of that game will play St. Bonaventure and then St. Louis. So you could be looking at a Dayton-St. Louis semifinal matchup. And, of course, one of the most significant wins of the season came at St. Louis for the Flyers.
And that's not an easy game. I mean, St. Louis is a tough basketball team. But look, the top 4 teams in the A-10, setting Dayton aside, St. Louis, Richmond, Rhode Island, those are good basketball teams. Dayton cannot cruise, through that tournament. They're going to have to play Dayton basketball. And I think, prove to the selection committee, the NCAA selection committee, why they deserve to be a number 1 seed. If you're a number 1 seed, you win the A-10 tournament. If Dayton wants a number 1 seed, I think they can get it. They win this A-10 tournament. I think Dayton comes out of there as a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. What a story that is, by the way.
Well, tonight's final score, one final time from the University of Dayton Arena. The Flyers beat George Washington 76-51. Your Atlantic 10 regular season champion Flyers now head to the A-10 tournament next weekend, and it will be in Brooklyn. For Tony White and the entire Spectrum News 1 crew, I'm Dwight Burgess saying thanks for joining us for another exciting season of Flyers basketball. Good night from UD Arena in Dayton.